There are leads in your CRM right now that you've completely forgotten about. People who took a call with you, got interested, and then went quiet. And you meant to follow up, but you didn't. And in today's video, I'm going to wake them up with one AI system built live for you, starting from an empty file. A lead you already have costs a fraction of a new one, and it books at a higher rate. I scoped a similar build last week for a sales coach who had over 80 of these people sitting dead in his pipeline. And by the end of this, you'll know how to build the exact same thing. A system that revives your dead leads and tells you who to message first and writes that message for you. It has 4 parts. We're going to pull in the dead leads, then we'll score them so you know who to wake first. Then we're going to let AI find a reason to reach out, and it'll write the message for you. Before we build, here's what you'll need: Claude Code on your computer and a list of your dead leads. Just export it from your CRM as a spreadsheet with the name, when you last spoke, how far they got, and any notes. If you've got old call recordings, even better, from Fathom, Otter, or whatever you use. And we're going to do 4 things. We're going to pull those leads in and score them so you know who's worth talking to. Then we're going to find a reason to reach out, and then we're going to write that message. By the end, you'll have a list of people to contact today and exactly what to say to each one. Quick word on who I am, though, before we build. I'm Jonathan Probert. I help coaches and consultants put AI into their businesses so the admin runs itself. They can get back to the work that they're actually good at. I build these systems regularly, and this one's a favorite because dead pipeline is everywhere. Here's where we're headed. We had our list of dead leads. We run it through the system, and we can see what it does with each one. It scores them first based on a few different signals: where they were in the pipeline, their deal size, and how long ago we talked to them. It then finds a reason to reach out, something like they just hired 2 new senior members. And then it writes a message that mentions that signal and where you guys last left off. It does that for every lead in the system. Let me show you how to build it. First, we're going to get the leads in. I already have my CSV here. You can take a look at it and see what's in there, but I'm going to tell Claude Code one prompt. Take this CSV I exported from my CRM. It's in the demo folder. Load it in and show me what we've got. How many leads and what do we know about each one? So we know there's 16 dead leads here. And in my client's rear one, there was over 80. We've got names, when we last spoke, how far they've got, and the notes. You can notice what I've asked for. I said, load it in and show me what we've got. I never told it column names. It just worked it out from the file. The trick is to tell Claude Code what you want to see, but not how to find it. And so every one of these is money you already spent to get them interested once. And revive leads book a call at 2 to 3 times the rate of a brand new one. So this pile is the best pipeline you've got, and you just forgot it was there. But a list is useless if you don't know where to start. The next thing I'm going to tell Claude Code is to get into scoring. My simple prompt here is going to be, now score every lead by how likely we could bring them back. Use 3 things: how far they've got, how big the deal was, and how long they've gone quiet. Give me a sample, the best first. And so now they're ranked. We can take a look at them here. It's weighing 3 things on each lead: how far they've got. Someone who saw a proposal is warmer than someone who took a call. Number 2 is the size of the deal. 12 grand lead beats 5. And 3, how long they've gone quiet. Quiet 6 weeks is recoverable, but quiet a year is much less so. And remember, the second bit there is important. I told it to weigh 3 things, and if I just said score them, the scale would be different every time. But I named the dimensions, and so it's what's making the score repeatable. So if we take a look here, we've got proposal sent under 3 days with a high deal. This one was closest to a yes, big deal, freshest of the bunch. So let's take a look at the top and the bottom lead for an example. I'm going to tell Claude Code, show me your top lead and your bottom one, and tell me in plain English why one scored higher than the other. And so the top one is Dana Cho, 9.5 out of 10, proposal sent, 13 grand, quiet for 103, versus discovery done, smaller deal, quiet for almost a year. We can see Dana got further with me, already seen a proposal, liked you enough to ask how much, where Ray only had 1 chat. So this is the part where the system tells you where the money is and you don't have to guess. So a rank list tells you who, but it doesn't give you a reason to message them. And that's the next piece. The next thing I'm going to tell Claude Code is to take the top 3 of each one, and we're going to get exactly that. So my prompt here is going to be, take the top 3, and for each one, find me a reason to reach out right now. Something that's changed in their world, a new job, funding, anything recent. I'm going to click enter again, and here's what came back. We've got Dana Cho announcing 2 new senior hires on LinkedIn last week. Why that matters: scope was the holdup, more people, bigger scope. The bigger scope she asked you to rework is now realistic. We can see similar things with Nadia and Carla here. Posted 6 days ago, reorg done. Reorg was the only reason she verbally stalled. And then fiscal year reset on April 1st, new budget cycle. Posted about 2 new retainers, which were both of her objections. and these are your way in. Now on this dummy data I'm showing you are example signals. The real build will check their LinkedIn and the web for this automatic. The word that matters on this prompt is changed. Don't ask for an update on their company, ask for what's changed. A change is a real reason to reach out, where a status update isn't. And timing like this is everything. A new exec will spend most of their budget in the first 100 days, and so that's exactly when to reach out. If you reach out within the week someone's post something, and you're a different message than just checking in, you're more likely to win that lead back. Now, the part that everyone actually puts off, actually writing the message. And so the next prompt I'm going to give Claude Code is to tell it how to write that message for us. So all I'm going to say is, now write a short message for each one, mention what we last talked about, and the new thing you found. Keep it casual, like I'd actually send it. And so we can take a look at these as they come in. These are all short. They all mention the last conversation and not a just following up in sight. You can see with the Dana one, saw the 2 senior hires on LinkedIn. Nice move. Last time we spoke, you asked for a revised scope and I never heard back on it. With the bigger team, version you wanted probably makes more sense now than it did then. Want me to send the updated scope over. And so the trick in this prompt is the last line, a casual, like I'd actually send it. If you drop that, Claude defaults to marketing copy. The "Hi Dana, I hope this finds you well" voice. You want to anchor it on how you'd actually talk, and you get something you'd actually send. Most people give up after one try, and Rain Group found nearly half of all reps stop after a single follow-up. But this writes everyone for you, so you stop giving up early, and it isn't the reason you lose the deal. Now we're going to run the whole thing on our entire CSV and point it at everyone. In Claude Code, I'm going to simply type in, okay, do that for the whole list, score everyone, find a reason where you can, and give me the top 10 to send today with the message written for each one. And it comes in. We can see the Dana Cho one again, but we've got all 10 here. Just scrolling down quickly. Each has their reason and a message ready to go. I didn't need to re-explain anything. The session was primed at the start, so it knew what to do. Score, signal, message. And so one line at the end did what 4 prompts did before. And 10 minutes ago, these were dead. And now a morning's work of researching and drafting messages is already done for you. And your forgotten pipeline is now awake again. But there's one more thing, and this is the important one. This isn't a one-time cleanout. We want this to run regularly. So I'm going to tell Claude Code, from now on, every Monday, rescore this whole list and flag anyone whose situation has changed. And so with this prompt, it'll run itself. The phrase "from now on every Monday" is doing the work. It's a standard instruction, not a one-off task. Claude treats it as a rule it follows from here on. A lead who was stone cold in January lights up the week they change jobs. Old leads quietly drift down the list. Fresh signals push people back to the top. So every Monday you open it to a short list worth messaging, and you'll never dig through the graveyard by hand again. You might be wondering if this is spam. It isn't for 2 reasons. You're not going to be blasting strangers with messages. These are people you've already talked to, who already wanted what you do, and you're not sending a just checking in message. You're reaching out because something real changed for them, a new role, new funding, new whatever, and you think you can help them. And that's not spam, it's just good timing. The system makes sure that you notice the moment instead of finding out months too late. But that's the whole system. You took a list of forgotten leads and turned it into people to message today. If you got something out of this, subscribe, because I build similar AI tools every Tuesday and Friday, and I'm curious, for sales coaches, roughly how many leads are sitting dead in your CRM right now? Drop that number in the comments. Thanks for watching.